Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I can't wait for you to meet my friend Jenai. She's Jenai Eustache. She's originally from Oakland, California, and she now lives here in Fairfield, which is where I live. She actually lives just down the road, and her parents live in my neighborhood, and they're amazing too. I've actually only known Jenai about a year and a half. She's one of my newest friends, but I feel like we've covered a lot of friendship ground in a short period of time. I find that we're just really, really compatible. We have a lot of the same interests. We have kind of the same sense of humor. And I just love her so much. I think she's great. She's really a great storyteller. We spend a lot of time together, and I love her. I think all of you will love her too. Hi, Janae.
Hi,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I want to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
The first one is, how did we meet?
Oh, it was a Friday afternoon. It was a Friday afternoon, and my husband and I decided we wanted to just kind of have a time for ourselves. So we decided to go down the road to a nice winery by the name of Canis, and we were sitting there for a while, just laughing, trying to catch up from our week, and we saw this lovely couple walk in down the stairs. And normally, I'm as much as I am extroverted at times, I can be very introverted at times. But it was something about them. It was just really something about this lovely couple, and I kind of watched Cecilia's husband kind of, guide her down the stairs. And I was like, I like them. I teased my husband, who is extremely extroverted, about those are going to be our friends. And he was like, leave those people alone. So we ended up finally kind of sitting in the same space. And I think it was an employee that came by and was telling us, giving us information about the winery. And then we began to talk. And then we found out, wait, we have a lot of things in common. Uh, um, Cecilia, you're very interesting. You and your husband are very interesting. So we just connected and got each other's numbers, and we've just been friends ever since.
Yeah, it was such a good day.
It was.
And it's funny how everyone has their own perspective to things. Like you saw a very kind, sweet husband guiding me down the steps. In reality, I mean, my husband is very kind and
Yeah.
gentlemanly and all those things. But in reality, I had just had knee surgery
Hmm.
and I had just come from physical therapy and my knees were not in good shape. So he was literally making sure I could get up and down the steps. And you saw that and you were like, oh, he loves
Oh,
her so much. And
yes.
in reality, I could barely walk. So I'm glad though, because that drew you to us, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But we saw you guys sitting there. I think your husband, Jean Paul, had on very bright clothes. They were like, I don't
Yeah.
know, a
Probably some
pink
orange.
jacket or a
Yeah.
red
Something.
jacket or something. And you were sitting right by the entrance. So we
Yeah.
noticed you when we walked in. And then somehow you just kind of got closer and closer until we were talking. And I was like, I think they're coming over on purpose. So let's talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we did. We exchanged numbers and it was so much fun. We've been friends ever since.
I mean, literally, I just started inviting you to all the family stuff. Like, you want to come over for Christmas? You want to come over for barbecues, baby christenings? Come over.
That's true. I thank you for that because we don't have family in this area. And after we met, you did. You invited me to like very family stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like, I don't know, we just met 3 months ago. Should I really be front row at the christening? Like, that's okay. But your family's always really cool and your friends are really cool. So
Yeah.
everyone's been really welcoming. And I love coming to your stuff because you're a girl mom and I'm a boy mom.
Yeah.
So I get to see like the girly side of things. I really
Yeah.
loved coming to see your daughter off to the prom. I know I'm not going to have like a sending my daughter off to the prom moment.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to be able to share that with you.
Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you. And this next one is one of my favorite questions to ask people. And I just love to hear what people say. But what is your favorite friendship moment? So, what's the favorite thing you and I have done together? And again, we've only known each other about a year and a half, but I already have like several favorite moments with you. So I'd love to hear what yours is.
Oh, okay. I think the first time we actually met as couples, like when we sat down and it was intentional for us to meet, I had a great time the
Yeah,
first
that was
time
good.
that we met. And we went back to the place we originally met, and we just had drinks and we got to know each other. It was fun. We were laughing. Um, I think another favorite moment was when you invited me to your house for an event. I think you were just having friends over. I think you were
Mhm.
just, and it was really nice. It was really nice to meet everyone. It was just a lot of laughter and love and fun, and but probably my most recent favorite moment is when you invited me to choir rehearsal. And I thought I was gonna sit in the
That's pretty much
audience.
the top of my list at this point. Please go on.
I was gonna sit in the audience and just, I was coming for support.
Right, right.
And I'm trying to get there. Work was a little late, and I'm trying to get there. I'm gonna be there. I told her I was gonna be there. I'm showing up. And next thing you know, I'm in the choir stand singing my part.
You were holding the alto section down. I
Oh,
was so proud of you.
I didn't even realize that. That was fun. And then we went out afterwards just to kind of sit and talk. And then I was telling you about one of my crazy stories that was just super hilarious, that happened to me. And I think that was just, we both really laughed about that. Like,
We
I thought
did.
that was a really good, fun, authentic moment.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that's definitely top of my list. You had no idea all that was going to happen, and that was
No,
not intentional, but
no, but it was fun though.
it was very fun and
Yeah,
very funny that
yes,
you came in to support and ended up in the choir stand,
singing
singing with the
loud.
rest of the choir. That was very funny. And I think it also says a lot about the type of relationship we have that we started off at church, and as the evening progressed, we ended up having drinks
At
somewhere.
the bar.
Yeah, at the bar. But it was a lot of fun, and I think that's just how our relationship
Yeah,
is. We just have a lot of fun together.
yeah. I think it's a
And
lot of
also,
duality with it, and then
yeah, yeah,
that's the fun
a
part.
little
Yeah,
bit. A little bit. So I really wanted to talk to you. Like I said, you're one of my newest friends. I
mm,
want to talk about just making new friends.
yeah,
I have little kids, and I watch them go to the park and just run up to other kids and start playing, and they make it look so easy to
yeah,
make new friends.
yeah,
And it is when you're little. But
yeah,
as you get older and you're in a different stage of life, it can be a bit more challenging. And some people find it really difficult to make new friends once they get a little bit older. So
hmm,
I kind of just wanted to ask you some questions. Like, I
mm,
respect that you saw us and you just made the friendship happen. I really respect that about you. So I want to ask you some questions about making
sure.
new friends. Like, what made you approach us that day? You said a little bit, you saw us walk in, you thought my husband was being really kind and chivalrous, but, like, so what? You
Yeah,
you didn't have
yeah,
to become our friends.
right, right. I think, I've thought about this, and I think I've talked about this with my husband, um, because we see people all the time. We do. We see people all the time. We're always out somewhere sharing a moment, and we see couples, we see friends, we see people. It was this particular day. I don't know what it was, but it was a particular day. It was the time. It was Friday. Um, Maybe you guys look like you weren't from here. I don't know. Maybe you did. It was just, it was, I don't know. And I'm like, now why aren't they in Napa? That's probably what, first thing is like, who comes to Fairfield to go to the winery? Like, why wouldn't you go over the ridge, right? And, and then I just saw, obviously I saw the chivalry between your husband to you. But it was just something about you. I think it might have been more of a something on the inside. It wasn't something that my eyes could visually see.
Oh,
It was just something about you, and where you guys were sitting, there was a swing over there, and I had to walk
yeah.
over there. And it was a couple sitting there, so I had to wait for them to leave. And then finally, it became available. And on our way there, I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna get." I didn't realize that we're gonna sit next to our new friends. And my husband's like, "Stop, please stop, please stop." And then we actually ended up being friends. So it was just something. it was something about you. And then when we all started talking, I was like, my gut was just right. It
Yep,
was
I
just
just
right. I
knew.
was like, yeah, like I definitely want to hang out with them and get to know them. They have kids. This is great. We have kids. It is definitely harder as you get older to meet people. People are already kind of tied in with their friendship groups.
Yeah.
And being from here, yeah, it can be that way sometimes, even for me. But it was just something like, I don't know, maybe it was a God thing. Maybe it was
I
like,
believe it
hey,
was. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you need to be friends with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think not everyone has the same need or the same openness to friendship because
Yeah,
their network is already well established. And I know when we met you, we were really open to friends because two of our good couple friends, Michelle and Tori and B and Saint, hi guys, they had just moved away
yeah,
and we missed them so, so much. And then you guys sit down and you're this amazing couple and you don't replace our other friends,
yeah,
but
of
you
course.
add to
Yeah,
them. And it's nice that you're here and we get to just hang out. So I know we were certainly open to friendship when we met. And I think we just met at the perfect time.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So, what qualities do you look for in a friend?
Humor, the authenticity,
Hmm.
um, to a degree, transparency obviously when the time's right.
Yeah.
As we grow, um, comfortable in their skin, family oriented,
Mhm.
um, people with big hearts,
Oh,
kindness, love, like just willing. If you have a heart, then it means you have enough space for me, right? So,
oh, I
like,
love that. That's a
yeah,
nice way to put it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
love that.
those are some of the things that I look for in a friendship, or at least I hope to have in a
Yeah,
friendship. Good conversations, even different points of views. Like I look for that because that's how you learn and grow. So
absolutely.
I
And I
welcome
think
that.
all the things you just said you're looking for in a friend are all the things you've blessed me with in our friendship.
Oh, thank you.
So, thank you for being that amazing friend.
Oh, thank
You
you.
have so many wonderful qualities, and
Oh,
I learn from you every time we're together. I absolutely do. I love seeing how you relate to your daughter, your older daughter in particular. We have young kids together, but you also have a teenager, and
right.
I love seeing how your relationship is. You're not just mother daughter, but you're also friends. And I love
Yeah.
seeing that beautiful relationship. So I hope as my kids continue to grow and change, that our relationship will change in a way that's similar to the way your relationship has changed with your daughter. So it's
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
Beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful.
It will.
What would you say is the best way to nurture a new friendship? What do you have to do to go from being a stranger in a winery to being invited to the family functions a few months later? Like, how do you nurture a new friendship? How do you
Um,
get to the friend zone?
how do I get to the friend zone? Um, I think things kind of happen on their own, and just the reaching out, calling like, hey, how you guys doing? That I think that was just kind of a process, and hey, hey, I know you can't probably hang out, but just wanted to say, hey, we're checking on you guys, make sure you guys are
Yeah,
good. Um, and then when something comes up, obviously we want you guys to come and be a part of that. Especially coming out of COVID, we hadn't done so many things, so I feel
that's
like the
true.
year that we met you, we're like, line them up.
That's true. That's a huge part of why we were open to friendship. We met as we were coming out of
Out
COVID,
of
and it was a
COVID.
little bit just like, we're out, people. And
Yes,
yes, it's
yes,
true. It's
yes,
true.
yes. So we just, we wanted you to be a part of that. My family and friend group are really nice, kind, open, genuine people. We have things in common because they want the same, we want the same things. So it was just like, oh, you guys will fit right in. Come on, hurry up,
Mhm.
kind of a thing. And I think just doing that more often is spending time together and having conversations. We just get to know each other more and more and more. And we've had some really good, just thought provoking conversations,
Yeah,
even with the four of us, with
yeah,
with our husbands included, just really like digging deep, or Brian was telling us a really funny story one day at the winery.
His stories get funnier and funnier with more wine, though, right?
More wine, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know that part. I didn't get to tell me this piece. And so it was just even more hilarious because
Yeah,
it was like everyone's just like opening up and sharing these the funniest things. But no, I just think that's what it is. I think it's just a natural thing, and um, we just try to get to know each other as best we can with the time that we have, because we're still parents, we still have spouses, like there's still so much other times to, other things to devote our time to. So it's really
yeah,
special when we take time out to do this with each other.
yeah. Well, I know how busy you are. I know you're between meetings and you have your family. And I want to thank your husband for supporting us today, carving out time with the baby so you
Yeah.
could be here with me. Thank you so, so much. Like I said, I think you're just an amazing person and an amazing friend. And I look forward to seeing how our friendship is going to grow and evolve throughout our lifetime. I think we're just at the beginning and the best is still yet to come. So,
Thank you.
thank you for being my friend. I absolutely love you. All
Oh, and same to you. Thank you for being my friend, and I love you. You too.
right. Have a great day.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye bye.